guys, it's your girl Kat back again with another video. Two things. One, if you hear like noise in the background, it's my fan. It is so hot today. It's like 93 degrees, terribly hot. Two, I want to apologize for not posting videos as often. I just got really caught up with like the first few weeks of school and work, but trying to get back on my game or whatever. But anywho, yeah, so if you don't already know, this is a review video for the Rihanna Fenty foundation. And so basically, I went to Sephora with one of my S-words, Shayla, y'all know, and I told myself I wasn't gonna get anything because I know that like it's a little bit more than what I personally like spending on makeup, but yeah, I needed this foundation and I didn't know how much I needed it until I actually got it. So yeah, we went to Sephora and like they tried to swatch me for my foundation or whatever, and like I forgot what shade they told me I was, but they was like, oh yeah, and this would be like your winter shade, which is like the 330. Yeah, I kind of don't really, I take what Sephora workers tell me with like a grain of salt, to be honest. It's just me personally, because sometimes they don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, and it's just that. So I ended up getting the Fenty Beauty in the shade 380. Yeah, because one, I did get really tan this summer in my face and nowhere else, which is really weird, just in my face. So that's that. But this is like the packaging if you've never saw it before. And personally, it reminds me of like Rihanna's Disturbia era, like, you know, when she was all like, I'm breaking dishes, like, you know, that type of Rihanna, the one with the little pixie cut. But I really do like the packaging. How much did, I believe this foundation cost me like $35 or $39, one of the two. And like I said, that's a little bit more than what I like spending on foundation, because like I found foundations that work for me for like $5, and you know, Maybelline fit me and stuff like that. But you know, had to support my girl. So yeah, and it says that this is the Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation, and it says it's supposed to be medium to full coverage for all, long wear, light as air. And you know, personally, I feel like this is medium to light coverage. Yeah, it's very lightweight, and I do appreciate that, especially it being summertime. You don't find that in a lot of foundations. But yeah, like I don't think that it's very buildable. I wouldn't try, because like the main focus of this is for it to be soft matte and light wear, and I feel like if you try to like keep putting on layers and layers of the foundation to build it up, you kind of lose the rest of the benefits of it. I kind of like the sheerness of it, because it is very sheer. Like, excuse me, you can still see like a little texture on my face outside of where I highlighted at, because you know, sometimes highlight draws attention to texture on your face, but outside of those areas you can still see like a little texture on my face. Yeah, and I also had to go in a little heavy with my concealer just to cover up some of the major marks on my face, because this is very lightweight, lightwear. This is how this looks, and like I said, I have mine at 380. It's a cute little glass bottle. I really do enjoy like the packaging of the whole Fenty line. I really wanted to get more of the Fenty products, but like niggas is broke, point period blank. Like but I really do mess with this foundation heavy. It's slowly becoming one of my everydays. Like for when I actually do makeup, I've been reaching for this one a lot lately. Yeah, issues I have with this. So the issues I have with this are like not really big issues. Like the main thing that bothers me about this foundation is that it sometimes oxidizes when I wear it. So like I end up looking more red in like certain areas or whatever. And yeah, like other than that, like I really like this foundation, but the redness do kind of like, it does something to me, because it's like I'm not red. But yeah, and maybe it's just like me personally, like it mixing with other products I use, could be that, or just my contour making it seem more red. Not really sure, because I've seen other people's videos and like they mentioned oxidizing, but then some other people, it wasn't a problem for them. So maybe it's like a preference thing. It's up to the person, I don't know. But yeah, this foundation lasts. It is very long wear. So what day was it? It had to be, okay, I can't think of the day, but I know that my classes start at 11, and it was on a day I had classes all day back to back, and I woke up around 8 that day so I can get ready, did a full face, and I used this foundation to see if it lasts, like, and it survived me through class. I left class, hung out with friends afterwards, stayed out till I want to say like 4 that night, and like I still had like a whole like beat going on. Like I was so happy. Like it lasts longer than like my brows lasted. Normally my brows last for like a while. So I was like, that's basically what like I normally test my foundations on, if it can last, if it can outlast my brows, and like it did it, and I was like, Ree, girl, thank you. Like, cause sometimes it's really hard to find foundations that don't crumble off or start to crack or just wear off throughout the day. It's kind of hard, and it's really annoying too. So I was happy that like I ran into this one, and it says long wear, and it really is long wear. Also, like it's been times where like I've been doing stuff like working up a sweat and stuff, and like it's like I still had a full face on, like, and that never happened before. Like my go-to foundation is Maybelline Fit Me, and comparing this to Fit Me, even though like I know Fit Me is like a drugstore low end, so it shouldn't be like held at the same standard, but that's my go-to. And like normally if I start to like do stuff and like I sweat, like it's like my face is like oh my gosh, like foundation's about to be everywhere now. But that wasn't the case with the Fenty foundation, and I was so happy, like it lasts through a lot of things, and I am so grateful for that, because like I when it comes to foundation personally, I look for something that can hold up to what I do in the everyday like life, whatever. And it's like Rihanna knew what she was doing. Like she knew what she was doing, point period blank. Things behind the marketing of it, like people, I see a lot of people trying to discredit Rihanna because she didn't come up with the concept or like the creativeness behind it, but from what I saw, she did have a hand in the products. Like she was like, yes to this or that, like stuff like that. So I feel like she should still get credit for that, people, because you know, people trying to downplay her or whatever. Also, I feel like even still, if she's just, as some people say, a mascot for the brand, it's still like representation matters. And even if something as small as like the beauty community, representation matters, because not a lot of black women or like women of color get the shine that they deserve in the beauty community. And so just to see that, like, you know, someone like as big as Rihanna will come out with her own line or whatever and market that and be the face of it, it's like, you know, it means something. And like, if you aren't into makeup, you may not be able to see that, and that's cool, but don't try to downplay it for people who this is like a milestone or accomplishment for. Because personally, I've never, until like I bought this Fenty foundation, never walked into Sephora and like, okay, so when we went, like, there was a bunch of like black women, women of color, even like some like white women, like they all flocked over to the Fenty section, and like they were having a grand time, like laughing, chopping it up, and swatching each other with the different products. And I'm like, it would just create like a fun atmosphere, and just see like people excited about it, because it's like I have something for me now, like, because it's not just like a shade of colors, it's like each shade range have like a different like undertone pattern to it. It's like neutral, warm, like cool, like, and it's like you see that with some brands, but it's not very often, it's not common, and if it is, it's not in your shade. And I feel like she did a really great job with being inclusive for a first launch, and people are trying to really downplay that, and I don't mess with that, because 40 shades first launch, and then it's like a shade for almost everybody with like specifications for undertones. I find that to be amazing, actually. And then to have like a back stock ready in case you run like sell out, that way people can still come and get it. It was just like, I feel like she did very good with the first launch, and I am here for it all the way. If you guys don't know, she is coming out with her holiday set, which is something that I was more so looking forward to, because when I saw the first Fenty launch, I'm like, dang, like, I'm thinking because it's Rihanna, we're gonna see a lot of dark, like wine color red lips or like berry lips, and it's like, it was nothing. But like in a holiday set, it's like a few more lip colors, and then it's like an eyeshadow palette, and that launched October 13th, and I'm so excited for it, because like that's more of like what I'm into, like lip stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, if you have any comments or anything about Fenty Beauty, like, or how you feel about like the representation and the meaning of it or whatever, like, feel free to, you know, hit me up down below. If you want me to try out any other brands or any other Fenty Beauty products, you know, just leave a comment and I will try my best to do so. Like I said, I really love this foundation. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, just give this video a thumbs up, comment, and since we're already here and well acquainted, subscribe, because it's not going to hurt anyone. Bye guys.